Hello and welcome to this mod tutorial. Today I'm gonna teach you how to make a simple mod for Autorods. So first, let's create a new class. You can call it whatever you want, and we're gonna call it a gun. Now that we have created, first we're gonna make that class public, and let's create a method, a public method, a public void method for which the mod is gonna initialize, and let's call it mod init. It will require string as a parameter, and we can call that parameter whatever we want. Let's call it starting point, and that parameter tells us where is the mod starting from. We're not necessarily gonna use it, but it is standard. And now next, let's choose our references. So we're gonna take Unity Engine, Camoa, and Jamoa mod loader. I don't know why, but you might need it later. And okay, let's go. Okay, first things first, we are going to do a using so that the code looks smaller. We're going to do a using Camoa. Now that I have this, we're going to add a annotation to that method that we just created. The annotation is how the Gmo is going to know that this is a mod and that this is the method that we are going to play when it starts. We have some parameters. The first one is the mod name, and the name of the mod, gun. The second one, where it's gonna load, we can load the main menu, the solar system, or in both. We're going to choose one because that's the index of the solar system. The main index would be 0 and the index of both would be -1. Oh, oops. And now the mod priority, we are not gonna use it now, so let's not change it. Okay, now let's go. Okay, first let's make the method static, otherwise it's not gonna work at all. Okay, we can now start coding. So the first thing, let's make a plan of what you're going to need to do. Well, we want to change the mesh of the stick. So we first gonna need to import the .obj of the mesh, the gun mesh. And then we're gonna need to find the stick. The stick is made of 3 main parts, 4 actually, but we're not going to touch on the first one. And then we're gonna change this stick to a gun. Okay, well, let's first import the obj. Well, in mode there is a method, there is a class actually called object importer. But for us to import a mesh, we're gonna need the Unity engine because that's where the mesh classes start. So let's create an obj importer. You can call whatever you want, importer, and yeah, create it. And then we're gonna want to access a method called import file, and we're gonna want to place the relative path of the file. Well, so the file is going to be stored in the assets folder that is not from the game, but it's for the mods, like you can see here. And we're going to want to create a new folder called gun. And inside this folder is where we're going to store our mesh file. So here we're going to place that relative path, which is gun, and inside gun the gun.obj. Okay, now that we have said this, we're gonna want to place this as a variable for clarity's sake. Okay, let's create a mesh called gun mesh. and let's set the imported mesh to that variable. Okay, now let's find the stick. Well, I made some digging earlier, and I found out that the stick is stored in an object called stick and term, and inside the stick and term we have 4 poly surface. One for the stick, one for a small stick, and another one for a smaller stick. Even smaller stick. Well, we have actually 4, because the first one is for the little term gauge, but we're not going to change that. So for the first stick is stick and term slash poly surface 3. For the wait a minute, no, oh yeah, for the surface 3, yes, 3, sorry. The second one for poly surface 2, and the third one poly surface 4. That's really easy to not mistake. Alright, then let's do a gain object.find, and let's just copy and include the names of the one that we want to find. Well, for the second and third sticks, we are want to make them invisible. So we're gonna get the mesh render, where it tells to the game that it needs to render it, and we are going to do enable equal false. Okay, now we are going to literally copy that, change the 2 for a 4, and for those 2 we are set. Oh yeah, so this mouse stick goes poof. Alright, so let's change the 2 for a 4, and now the fun part. Okay, we're gonna change that to a get component mesh filter, because that's where the mesh is stored. So we go search for mesh, and we equal that mesh to the mesh that we just imported, the gun mesh. And that's it. Actually, the third step is in the middle of the second step, because we did this all of them at the same time. So I'm gonna copy that and place there. So I'm gonna change the backslash to a forward slash, because yes, I want it. And okay, now that we have everything set, we can compile it. So let's compile it and wait for it to compile. Okay, yes, it has compiled. So let's get in the book folder. We just need to copy Gmoa mod example, and let's go to the mods folder. Drop it there. Run Gmoa. Okay, so actually place a 2 there for the and make it a release. I don't know why, but that's the reason it didn't work. So let's copy here, drop it there, and run Gmoa. As you can see, the gun mod is there. So let's first uninstall all the mods, DT, and let's refresh. 1, yes, refresh again, and close. Alright, we are ready to test it. So do you see this little 2 there? It should be a 3. So this was the tutorial. The entire code is here. It's pretty simple actually, and yeah, it doesn't require a lot of files, and it's pretty fun actually. I recommend doing this. We actually didn't need one of the references, the Jimoa model loader, so let's get rid of it and goodbye.